Hello guys, and another Russian refinery neutralized in the town of Kirishi, Leningrad region. One of top Russia's oil refineries that marks the 12th destroyed within less than 2 months. And to tell you the truth, as an adult, as an Ukrainian, I realized that our strategy can be the most realistic one on the way not just to defend Ukraine and defeat Russia, but also to protect Europe and the world. Because Putin continues to escalate and Ukrainians continue to destroy Russian fuel industry and Russian economy. In total, once again, 12 Russian oil refineries were destroyed during this August and just a half of September. Let's talk more about this latest Kirishi oil refinery in Leningrad region, also about an important strike of Ukrainian drones deep inside Russia in Perm region on their chemical plant located 1,600 kilometers away from the Ukrainian border, and more problems for the Russian oil refining industry on the railway. My name is Anna, I'm from Ukraine, I'm in Ukraine. I've noticed you love seeing different backgrounds behind me, so let's discuss all of that. And you must support and share these videos because that's the easiest way to demonstrate your solidarity and help us spread the truth. So let's begin with oil refinery. I think we should actually rank them. I guess on my X and in community, I will share the list of Ukrainian drone strikes and the destructions of oil refineries so that we can keep updating this list. But the one in Kirishi, quite a weird name for a Russian city, is one of 5 largest. Some reporters say it is the second largest oil refinery in Russia after Omsk one. That one is located very far away, but I hope that Ukrainian drones develop the strengths and soon we will include it on the list of demilitarized too. So anyway, Kirishi oil refinery was capable of processing 20 million tons of oil products and could produce 80 different kinds of oil products, including fuel and including various aviation fuel, lots of products needed for the Russian army. Once again, that is the reason why I consider this strategy super important, very creative, but most useful of all. Not only it destroys Russian economy, paralyzes their industry, but it also destroys the fuel that otherwise they use for bombers, for tanks. So we literally save lots of innocent lives with these beautiful fireworks and detonations that Russians cannot hide even from their population. So, capable of processing 20 million tons, that is a lot. And that means a lot of millions of dollars burnt during just one day. And that is an effective way to, demilitarize, defeat Russia and actually save a lot of innocent lives, not only on the Ukrainian side, but the Russian side. We all know this growing fuel crisis inside Russia. It reached more than 20 regions. That is unbelievable, something no one could have predicted back in 2022. No one could have imagined about Russia, known for its fuel exports, for gasoline. Once again, this country was often compared to a gas station. But prices keep rising, shortages are growing, and I love this quote from my friend. I hope he recognizes when I say that actually Russians will not suffer from problems with the rising prices on fuel, literally because they won't have access to fuel. You won't be able to buy it, so you literally don't care about the price you have to pay for something you cannot buy. Please subscribe, share, spread the truth. This is very important because too much Russian fakes. They keep describing themselves as strong, but they literally cannot protect strategic for their survival objects like oil refineries. Another important object targeted by Ukrainian drones this night were Russian railway. that was full of cargo tankers for oil products. It's not difficult to guess. They try to back up the front lines with these fuel products because shortages, they are not only in Moscow, they are not only in St. Petersburg or the south of Russia, they are first of all on the front lines where the consumption of fuel is very, very high. But not anymore. And another beautiful record of the inexpensive Ukrainian drones, creative Ukrainian drones, is the destruction of Metafrex chemical factory in Perm. That is deep inside the Russian area. Actually, our drones had to travel 1,600 kilometers. That is a lot. And they traveled. Russian air defense failed again. Plus, please remember the context. Gasoline crisis, growing prices, growing shortages. Russians do know we will keep targeting their oil refineries. They perhaps try to do their best to protect all of them, but they fail. So not only we expose this inability of the Kremlin to protect its resources, but we also expose the fact that they cannot adapt to this war. They cannot learn on the mistakes, because once again, what we observe during this months is that we changed the strategy. Previously, it was just to target some oil refineries that we can to demilitarize Russia, but now this is a well-planned strategy, erasing one by one in a particular region. We observed that in Samara, which led to the paralysis of this south of Russia. Now, similar things are happening around St. Petersburg, because once again, this Kirishi oil refinery close to Ust-Luga, close to the oil port that is in Primorsk, and I recently reported about serious losses of pumping stations there, and also 2 tankers of the Russian shadow fleet. So this is a real disaster in the context when they try to do everything to protect oil refineries, but they cannot do it. And not just Russian military bloggers are dissatisfied, but those ordinary Russians who totally supported the special military operation, but somehow could not predict that this special military operation could return back to their regions. And dozens of Russian regions are not just no-fly zone, not just a war zone with not only drones, but Russian bombs sometimes accidentally dropped on their own lands, but also shortages, rising prices, and closing businesses. Because right now, according to the reports of the official Russian statistics, more businesses are closed than opened. There are a lot of Russian failures, both inside Russia and in Ukraine, and now is not the time to appease the Kremlin goblin. And I know you know that, but please help us spread the truth and support Ukrainian army in our new 6 NEFO campaign. I'm always honored to join the team. And please join our big team. Soon you will see reports from Kyiv, and you can get beautiful patches which remind about the spiderweb operation and flamingos that I hope sometime soon will also show what these birds can do. Thank you once again for all the kind comments and information that you leave. I was happy to read yesterday what places in Ukraine you want to visit, and I'm actually very close to the border of Belarus right now, but everything is under control because unlike many other countries, fortunately, we learn on our mistakes. And here I want to thank people that understand the reality, that understand the truth, and that understand that the only way to bring lasting peace is to defeat and demilitarize Russia. Follow me on X, follow me on Instagram. I'm sharing more of everyday life there. Subscribe to my threads, X, and of course, join our beautiful Discord community where we have some different updates too. Check the merch shop, lots of good items including spiderweb operation t-shirts and flamingo t-shirts that turn you magically into our ambassadors. And we need to remind the world about our fight and the need to defeat the Kremlin. Thank you so much for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons and sponsors of the channel. Thank you for traveling with me everywhere in Ukraine. And once again, I hope the day when it is safe to come and discover more of my country comes soon. And until then, thank you for the strong support and friendship that we feel every day. United we stand. Slava Ukraini!